bought a bunch of Amazon water storage containers to see what works best and to see what I want to use for my wife and 7 kids. Behind me is about 290 gallons worth of water. I've got several 55-gallon drums, some behind there, I don't know if you can see it. And I have 9 of these 7-gallon aquatainers, and then I have 2 of these, and I also have a bottled water store at home. Why? Well, I'm former CIA officer Jason Hanson, and I've got 7 kids and a wife, which means 9 people total, and I want to have 1 gallon per person per day for a month. So that's why I have over 290 gallons worth of water stored for my family, so we have enough water stored for a month. Of course, we have plenty of water filters, and we also have a well, but I just went on a mini buying spree to buy more containers, so we're going to talk about containers today. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Also, very, very important, if you don't have a ton of water storage, please do it now. Even where I live in small town USA, we've had a pipe burst where we had a boil water alert. We've, of course, had power outages, and crap went wrong with the water municipality stuff. And I can't tell you how many times our adversaries have tried to mess up our water supply. So you've got to have fresh water in case of a crisis. If not, you're out of your mind. It's just too important, too critical. So as I said, back here, I've got some of these 55-gallon drums, stackable ones here. I've got these bad boys here. They're great, but even though I like to think I'm Hercules, which I'm not, I cannot lift a 55-gallon drum of water. That's 400 pounds, 450 pounds, whatever it really is. So I do like these containers, which I've had. This is a 5-gallon container. I think the company is Scepter, if that's how you pronounce it. I guess it's right in front of there. And then I have this 7-gallon aquatainer. I've had these forever. I had these so long back in the day before there were a million containers on Amazon. Back in the olden days, kids, when we only had a few container choices. So these have served me fine. But lately, I felt like I needed more water. The world's getting more crazier. And again, water is one of these things you cannot live without. So I said, you know, when something's on my mind for a while, I take that as a clue, what the FBI calls a clue, and I do it, and I buy more of the stuff. So I went on a mini buying spree of containers. Haven't even used them yet. You're going to see me open them right now. This first one I ordered, and by the way, I bought different containers that I didn't already own, just because that's what I wanted to do to test out. This one is called Diggory Elemental P. So this is a 5-gallon water container, and before I make you car sick. This is a 5-gallon water container. Feels like decent heavy plastic, something you take camping or whatnot. So it's got a space here where I can pour it out. It has let me get that back on right. Has a little air hole here, and then a larger. So as I picked it up, I felt something rattling around in there. I'm sure it's a spigot, but let's see what they got. Ooh, they even included a cleaning brush. Well, ain't that fancy? So I've got a cleaning brush. When it comes to my water, guess what? I add a little bit of bleach, and then I leave it for years. You do not need to change your water every 6 months or once a year. That is a myth. If you store in a cool enough and dry enough place, it can last forever, pretty much. However, because I'm more OCD, I filter my water anyway. So if I had to drink out of one of these, because I have enough water filters to filter up to 30,000 gallons of water, I'm going to pour that into my water filter, any of this water out here, including this. So I necessarily don't care about cleaning it. All right, so we got some spigot stuff. We have a strap so that I can carry it with a strap. I'm going to throw this stuff back in here because obviously I have not filled this up with water yet and still need to do it, and I don't want to lose it. Okay, so this doesn't look bad. This looks perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it. 2 different handles to carry it. Seems like it'll work out okay. Next, I bought, got to remember what I bought, like my wife here, forgetting what I bought. Water cube storage. This says it'll hold 2.6 gallons of water. So these are collapsible water cubes. Make sure I don't stab them as I open them here so they never work. Now, the beauty of having something that's 2.6 gallons of water is it's easier to carry because water weighs 8 pounds per gallon. And let's see, 2.6 gallons, so it's going to be easier to carry. Let's take that off. Let's see how this sucker, it's taped up there. Oh, now I got to be really careful that I don't nick it. There we go. All right, so here's my water cube doohickey. I'll fill this up. It'll obviously expand. Has a little spigot here. So 2.6 gallons of water, something I'd more take camping or whatever, but hey, it's easy to carry if you had to flee your house, if you had to go on the run quickly. All right, so we'll see. Water storage cube. Okay, let's get those out of the way. Next of the smorgasbord of stuff I bought is, I think this sucker was called a water bucket. I don't know why it was called a bucket, because that's what the Chinese called it, probably. But this, like the water cube we just opened, is also similar in that nature. temperature. So this is expandable. So this looks like it's gonna hold 1-2 gallons. This is definitely not as thick, so I would not wanna bet my life on this sucker. I mean, I'd obviously fill it with water, but this would absolutely not be the only thing I had. So let me unscrew this. All right, so yeah, this is gonna hold a little bit of water, not a ton, but hey, if a kid could carry this, or somebody that's not very strong. Hopefully I only bought one of these. But yeah, it looks like I only bought one of these. Next is Coleman. I'm sure you're familiar with the Coleman brand. We all are. This thing is, I believe it was called their 5-gallon chiller. So Coleman makes decent stuff. You know, good hard plastic like this other stuff, so I can tell it's not gonna fall apart. It's not like my Chinese accordion here. So that looks good. I got the spigot, 5 gallons, easy enough to carry 5 gallons. Got my rubber gasket that I'm probably gonna lose. That disgusting new plastic smell. I do wash them out. While I don't necessarily, after I fill them, spend, you know, time cleaning them, is I do wash them out the first time, just because sometimes they got this plastic debris in there and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, of course, I also do filter all the water that comes out of these. So I'm happy with this. This would be something that I would buy more of. I like these. I mean, buy 10 of these, you got 50 gallons right there. Depending on how big your family is, I mean, you may be fine pretty close to there. All right, last. This was called, I can't remember what this thing was called. It was like the 7.4 gallon water storage tank. And see how this, there we go. All right, so there we, I can drag it along. All right. 7.4 gallons, 8 times 7 is 56. I hear stuff in there, so this looks like it's kind of designed similar to that, where, the same company. All right, they give me a brush that I will never use. All right, see all these plastic shreds that came out of there, or plastic, whatever word I'm looking for here? That is why I wash these suckers out the first time, because there's usually plastic debris in there, but I'm gonna put this back in there, I'm gonna put this back in there so I don't lose it. I mean, this feels solidly built. After I wash it out, put a little bit of bleach in it, I'd fill this, and let me see, if I go down on the ground, so you're gonna be like a midget. I guess I wouldn't have to bend down that hard to drag it. Okay, not too bad. I like, as I said, the 5-gallon Scepter here, the 7-gallon Aquatainer here, just because I've had them forever, but this feels solid, this feels solid, this feels solid. I'd go with these. These I bought just out of boredom, just check them out because I didn't own any. Now, these certainly would not be my first choice. But if you don't have at least 30 days worth of water for every single member of your family, get moving now. It's easy to do. Buy some containers, fill them up, store them in a cool, dry place, because the world is unpredictable and you'd be crazy not to have a good water supply. If you want more information about protecting your family, make sure you subscribe to this, because I got a boatload of information, especially more on water. God bless you, God bless your family, and again, please subscribe.